All right, so I'm here with Utah State wide receiver Jalen Royals. So far throughout the Senior Bowl week, what's been maybe the most surprising thing about it? How you feel like you've adjusted so far?
Just, coming out here and just competing. It's probably been the most exciting thing. No not the ball out here. So
what's been your biggest difference?
So last year, I remember, in the offseason, there were reports that you had NIL offers to transfer from Utah State. Ultimately, you decided to stick around there. Can you go in and talk about what went into that decision ultimately for you?
Probably just my receiver coach, Coach Sepolo, he definitely played a role in that, and my dad also played a role. So just knowing I can ball out at Utah State, it's really the main reason.
A lot of what stands out to scouts about your game is your athleticism, your ball skills. You're a phenomenal route runner, especially with your releases. If you had to say what defines your game the most of those things, what would you say that would be?
Probably just my route running. Plus, as a receiver, route running is not good, then you're not going to get open. So probably my route running.
And then I know a lot of teams, especially the one I cover in the Jaguars, are going to really value how you're able to impact the run game and be as a blocker. So how would you describe yourself in that regard as a player?
I'm definitely getting better. Nobody's perfect with the run block, and I feel like me as a receiver, blocking not every receiver wants to block, but I feel like just getting better at it and just learning different angles and different techniques to block.
And then one last question. So you're going to be running at the Combine here in March, I'm assuming. What do you expect your 40-yard dash time to be?
Hoping for 4.4 is, I'm still hurt with my ankle, so that's the main thing.
Yeah, I got you. Well, yeah, I appreciate your time. It was great to meet you. Definitely one of my favorite prospects in this class. So I'm praying you go down there at Jacksonville, but we'll see what happens. So I'm here with Kansas running back Devin Neal. Just to start things out, how's your experience been so far at the Senior Bowl?
Yeah, it's been amazing for me. Just getting better, being coached by NFL coaches, and going against the best in the country. It's been awesome. I felt myself getting better each and every day, and I'm excited for tomorrow as well.
Awesome. Something that stands out immediately about you is the records you hold with Kansas that you achieved this year in both rushing yards and rushing touchdowns. How much does that mean to you to be in the history books with that program?
Yeah, it means everything to me, especially because of my hometown school, right? I put a lot of work into that. My teammates helped me get there on the ride too. So, I view that as kind of a team award a little bit. It's just special all around, and I'm proud of myself for that.
We hear a lot of comps for players. One we hear with you is James Cook, for example.
Okay.
Who are some players that you look up to and kind of model your game off of?
I feel like I'm in a unique position. I think me and being able to watch so much NFL tape, I can kind of plug in different aspects of each game. So, I don't really try to run like specific people, but I see things and traits that I try to imitate. Guys like Joe Mixon and Alvin Kamara and Christian McCaffrey, those are things that I like to apply to my game and to make me multifaceted and make me versatile. So that's kind of my philosophy when it comes to that. So.
Gotcha. And then final question. The first thing that stands out to me about your game is that you're a very well-rounded player. You're a phenomenal rusher. You bring a lot to the receiving game as well, and you're a hell of a blocker. We saw a lot of reps today where you were doing a great job in that facet. How important is it for a running back to be able to do all those things in the modern day?
Yeah, they're looking for, every down backs and, to be versatile and do everything on the field. And, you have to have the size, you have to be able to run routes, you have to block, you have to run the ball well. So it's important for me to show that ability. I know I've always had it, so it's been awesome to be down here and show that a little bit.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate your time. Hope you have a good rest of your week. So I'm here with Kentucky cornerback Maxwell Hairston, who's been having an outstanding week at the Senior Bowl so far. What's your experience been like here so far compared to what you expected?
Truly, coming here I was nervous. Didn't really know what to expect. But, I just knew that I was going to come here and compete. No matter who's in front of me, I was going to compete. And that's what I've been doing. And it's been fun for real. Even the reps I haven't won, just being able to compete to the end, that's what I was doing.
So I know from watching you this week, you've been dominant in most areas on the field, whether it's man, zone, or whatever you're asked to do. Even run defense, you've looked great. Do you have any sort of preference going into the NFL between man or zone, or what you want to do as a cornerback?
Man, anything for real. I'm very versatile. I love playing man. I love playing zone. So it's either or for real. Man, I get a chance to compete, but zone, that's when I make my money. I'm a ball hawk in that zone play.
I gotcha. I know a lot of cornerbacks, they'll end up saying that they want to play outside at the next level because that's where they want to play the game. It's more competitive out there, whatever reasons. Are you someone who prefers to play outside, or do you see yourself as more of a versatile, move anywhere, really on the defense type of player?
Yeah, I mean, most comfortable outside, but I'm versatile. I can play anywhere. Whatever the coach needs me to do, I'm the type of player to just do it. So, whoever drafts me and whatever they need me to do at the next level, I'm open and willing.
And speaking of teams that could draft you, the Jacksonville Jaguars just signed Liam Cohen this last week. I know, obviously, he was on the offensive side of the ball, but what do you know about him? What can you tell Jacksonville fans about him as a coach?
Get ready to see some just really cool and just like what the heck type of play. Like Liam Cohen, he's a great play caller, very explosive play caller, so it's going to be a lot of splash plays. I can't wait to see it.
I appreciate it. I'm sure they'll love to hear that.
Yes, sir.
Last question. If you had to tell NFL teams what separates you from all the other cornerbacks in this class, what would you say that would be?
I would say that, even deeper than just on the field stuff, I would just say off the field, I'm such a locker room guy. Type of player, I can get cool with anybody, man. And I pride myself in that. I was a leader and also the representative for the team last year, and I took pride in that, man. And just being able to be a guy people can lean on, and then I'm also a guy that I just want to, I'm friendly. I want to learn from the vets, just anything like that.
Well, that's all the questions I have for you, so I really appreciate your time.
Sure.
Good luck in the draft. All right, so I'm here with Florida State cornerback Azareye'h Thomas. First question I've got for you is, how's the Senior Bowl been so far, and what's the biggest thing you wanted to prove to teams this week?
Yes, sir. The Senior Bowl has been nothing short of a blessing, like I've been telling everyone else, man. It's millions of kids, millions of athletes that want to be here right now, and unfortunately they can't. And so I'm going to give all the glory, the praise, the honor, and deflect all that back to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And the biggest thing I want to prove to teams is really that I can play with the best of the best. Here is the best of the best. And so whether somebody makes a play on me or whether I make a play on them, I'm going to get up and respond, and I'm going to be level-headed. I'm going to stay grounded and continue to keep working regardless. And so that's one thing I would.
So I know in recent history, Florida State's been kind of known for these great man coverage cornerbacks coming into the NFL. You had Renardo Green last year. You had Jarion Jones. Do you see yourself kind of in the same mold, or would you distinguish yourself as a player from that kind of mold?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we're all great players. Well, they're great players. I feel like I'm good. I'm working on great. I'm kind of hard on myself, but yeah. I mean, I would say we are in the same mold. I mean, we got coached by the same coach, and so we have the same mentality to the approach of the game. And so, of course, those guys are all great guys, but I feel like I'm different. I'm Azareye'h, Jarion is Jarion, Renardo is Renardo. And so we're all great in our own unique ways. And so I feel like that makes us so special.
Last question here. The Jacksonville Jaguars obviously need a cornerback. We saw you also have grown up in northern Florida and lived there a lot of your life. You've got Jarion Jones on that team as well.
Yeah.
How would you feel if you were drafted by the Jacksonville Jaguars and got to stick around with some people you know and an area you know?
I mean, I would feel just like if all the other 31 teams were drafting me, blessed. I want the team, whoever wants me. So it would be nothing short of a blessing, man. And yeah, man, that's it for real.
Well, I appreciate your time. Wish you the best of luck. All right, I'm here with North Dakota State lineman Gray Zabel. First question for you: how's your experience been at the Senior Bowl so far? I've seen you've had obviously a great week. A lot of people are talking about you as the big name of the week.
Yeah, it's been an awesome week so far. Really enjoyed getting together, putting the pads on one more time, and practicing down in Mobile, Alabama against some of the top talent in the country. So super excited how it's gone so far, and continue to play more ball.
There's been a lot of talk about where you're going to play in the NFL. Is there a certain position that NFL teams have made kind of clear to you that they see you as, or is it kind of like a mixed result generally?
I just always tell myself I'm going to play offensive line in the NFL. So I'm hoping to get there one day here in a few months and have my name called. But until then, we keep working hard and keep working all 5 positions until I find out which one.
So this offseason, it was reported that you turned down life-changing NIL money. What went into that decision for you to stick with North Dakota State?
Yeah, I mean, obviously money comes and goes, but at the end of the day, you can go anywhere you want from North Dakota State, and that's a saying I kind of hang my hat on. And I truly think, and they do an unbelievable job of preparing you for the next level. So there's no reason to leave when your goals get to the next level.
One of the things that stands out about you, or at least was my introduction, you were one of the first invites to the Senior Bowl. You're generally viewed as one of the top prospects coming out of FCS, if not the top prospect. How do you think coming from that level of competition, especially a school that's as prestigious at that level as North Dakota State, has shaped you as a football player?
Yeah, I would say North Dakota State has done a really good job at developing me as a football player, figuring out kind of the keys to playing offensive line, and the success that you have at North Dakota State is really critical. And the goal is to always win at the end of the day. And, I think we've done a lot of that up at North Dakota State. And coming down here, it's truly helped because of the type of mentality that you got to play with every single play. And it's benefited me for sure.
And then one last question. If you could just describe yourself as a prospect in a sentence or two, how would you do that?
I'm just going to compete and improve and be tough out there. So that'd be the best way to describe me and how I play football.
Well, I appreciate your time. Wishing you the best of luck in the NFL here in April.